Welcome to episode 184. Fire and welcome from the Queen Stevie. Welcome, everyone. But here's the problem. Stevie's not saying welcome because something is wrong with her leg. And they said she had to have minor surgery. She had to cancel 2 shows in Europe. And she's supposed to be back by the Hyde Park one. But then what happened, because she was at Tay-Tay, welcome. I wonder, this happened at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
She was dancing.
Did she fall over? Did you fall down?
You can't help but dance to Tay-Tay.
Well, this is what happens when we have a lot of super seniors on the road. They're falling down. Somebody else canceled. Well, Pink's not a super senior, but she canceled. She's sick for something. Neil Young, we know. Heart.
Yeah.
And sick. It's just they're falling.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam canceled something. They're not super seniors.
Nope.
So, welcome. Very sorry I didn't get to do at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, though. I don't understand what these old people... Here's what I don't understand. Unless she fell then, or something happened to her leg at that point.
Maybe she fell at Tay-Tay.
Yeah, but she would have known then that before 2 o'clock in the afternoon and people are getting ready to go to the concert. I mean, if I ever do that, I'll give people a reason. Yeah. That's just too crazy. Anyway.
Here's my TikTok from my hospital bed.
Yeah, I'll do a TikTok from wherever. Look what I did to my leg. Look, I was attacked by chiggers. I can't perform. I'm itching everywhere. I should have brought my Chigger X up. I found the medicine for chiggers. It works. I'm going to do a public service announcement. It's for people who go in the woods or golf, or I took the cats for a walk. They follow me like the Pied Piper. So, and they like to go for a walk and show me their things in the woods. And, well, we did it. Yeah, they have things. They have things in the woods. Yeah, and then they tell me where not to go. There's a family of skunks. I need to avoid that. Anyway, what are we drinking? No, I'll do this. This is a Sweetwater 420. This is, I believe, a Georgia beer. It's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. But they still serve it on Delta.
Yep.
So I'm shouting out to Delta. Sometimes I don't want more than 2 of them.
Yep.
Nope, it's not a session beer. No. But boy, is it a treat when they have one for breakfast. Just saying.
Breakfast.
And there's never any judgment from the flight attendant. You don't know where I've been, what I've been doing, where I'm coming from. Nobody knows. Don't judge, and they don't judge.
No.
And they're, Delta, Atlanta, yay. Always good points for Delta. What are we going to be eating? Well, let's try this. Bacon Ranch Cashews. This is from a North Dakota termite named Ben.
Nice.
I didn't know North Dakota was known for cashews.
Nice.
Interesting.
Okay.
I taste the bacon. I don't taste the ranch. Yeah. It's got a little buffalo or bison. I don't even know the difference. On the front. That's good.
Pubcast. Buffalo versus bison.
Goes back to 1958. That's when I started.
Nice.
Some giant snacks.
Giants. Nice.
Giant snacks. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll give that a B.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a nice little treat. But let's try this. This is a big, this kind of big dill. It's a big dill.
It's goldfish.
Oh, it's goldfish. Oh. Oh boy, I don't know. You can't mess with perfection.
I love it.
Well,
Come on.
if you're into dill,
Yes, I am.
well, I'd rather just eat a pickle.
You always say shit like that.
Well, I would. We already have dill pickles. We don't need to be mixing. Who the fuck even thought, hey, let's take that pickle and shove it in the bag. You could shove a pickle in a regular bag of goldfish, and they'd probably end up tasting like dill pickles.
So you're saying no?
And I think this is just a waste of time and effort on their part.
Or no? Okay.
No, they're fine.
Nah.
Last thing.
Okay.
Hellman's chili lime. I can't say it.
Tahini.
Tahini.
Yes.
Oh, tahini. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
On margaritas. Oh, wow.
And fruit and other things.
Mostly margaritas. And then till the bartender sees me licking the side of the glass, and then I feel like a child. It's mayonnaise. Tahini. Wow.
A lot going on there.
Wow.
Nice.
Well,
It's a summery treat.
it's a summer treat. With a lot of lime in there. A lot of chili lime. I like it.
That's the name.
A-.
Chili lime.
I don't know what you... It's Hellman's. I love Hellman's. I like Duke's better.
Oh.
Joe! I said it.
Put it on turkey sandwich.
I like it. Yeah, it'd be good on a sandwich. Really zip and boring sandwich up.
Yeah.
All right. Well done. Well done, Hellmans. Worth the effort. Not too many are.
Right.
All right. Let's get this out of the way.
Will you please show the cast iron?
Well, I'm going to get to the cast iron. This is part of the Queen news.
Okay.
All right. So first, we're going to do Where Am I Going? And let's do the calendar. Okay. Get the business out of the way here.
All right.
July 19th and 20th, Borgata, Atlantic City. I think Friday sold out. I don't know about Saturday. July 26th, San Antonio. July 27th, Austin. I'm so glad I didn't have a show in Houston this week. That's all I kept thinking.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, August 2nd, Marietta, Georgia. August 3rd, Cincinnati, Ohio. August 10th, Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Boom.
That's going to be great.
Yep.
August 24th, Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. August 30th and 31st, the Venetian, Las Vegas. That's Labor Day weekend. Hopefully it won't be 120.
It'll be 130.
I don't know. But you know what? I've always been amazed in Vegas. Those hotels, just once, I wish I knew somebody high enough. I probably do, and I forgot to ask. What is your air conditioning bill for a month?
Right.
You know, at the Venetian or Aria or Bellagio. I can't even fathom. Anyway, I'll show it. September 6th, Tarrytown. September 7th, Wilmington, Delaware.
Cool.
September 13th, Columbus, Ohio.
Wow.
September 14th, Lexington, Kentucky. I like going to Kentucky and haven't been there in a long time. September 19th, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Can't wait. Bricktown. Want to see where the world's giantest building is going to be. And I just said giantest, and that's not a word. I'm aware of that.
Cool.
September 21st, Dallas, Texas. September 27th, Foxwoods, Connecticut. September 28th, New York City, Town Hall, right in the heart of Manhattan.
Boom.
Yeah. And I don't think Lewis will be home. Sad times. October 11th, Troy, New York. October 12th, Burlington, Vermont. Oh, that's so great. October 19th, Salt Lake City.
Perfect.
Yep. And I'm just going to bring my own wine to my room so I don't get yelled at by a man at the elevator telling me I can't take a drink out of the bar to my room. Don't I look like trouble with my one glass of what Cabernet? That lady's going to go up there and do what? Watch Shark Week. That's what I'm going to do.
Happy Shark Week.
I want to say Happy Shark Week out of the gate, and I want to read. There's 2 termite emails I want to read. Then we'll get to it. But they gave me. They can't. Well, here I'll read it. This is Jamie, a dude, and his coworker Christine. They were at the show in Charlestown, West Virginia, the casino gig. They said they go every time. It was her first time seeing. And then they brought Shark Week things because this is what's crazy. They work at the global broadcast facility where we broadcast over 200 Warner Brothers Discovery channels. Imagine Shark Week in like 22 different languages. It would be so great in Spanish. Maybe I'll try to watch it in Spanish. They're 5 minutes, and they said they'd give me a tour if I want to go through. Cool. But they brought me, so this is like I don't think you can buy this shirt. No, this
so
shirt,
cool.
yeah, guess what week it is? Shark Week. And then
I
these.
think that deserves a goat.
It does deserve a screaming goat. Hold on. That's how I feel about that shirt. And then these are adorable. I don't know what
Those are from a termite.
This is from a termite? These.
No.
Oh, right. Yeah, he sent these. They're little jaws. I'm totally putting other things like, I don't know, Advil. Once I eat what's in it.
Advil.
Well, I want to keep it in my work bag because it makes me laugh, makes me smile. The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Nuts. Pitch koozie.
And my koozie, which is on a Miller Lite beer, which is my backup beer. Yeah. And see how it has bites? I had a beach towel once. I did a gig for Cox Communication, and Shark Week was in their bundle. And they gave me a beach towel. It was, I don't know what happened. I bet one of my nephews snagged it.
Probably.
It had a bite out of it.
Oh.
How funny is that? Your beach towel. And it said Shark Week. Okay. Anyway.
The ladies have their scarves on.
There was one other termite one. This one made me laugh. This is from Elva. This was to the team email. Hi, Kathleen and team. Love you in the podcast. You asked about Icelandic termites. So, because I want to know about the volcano, what happened to those people.
Right.
Now, I wanted to share. My daughter, 22, is going to graduate school in Reykjavik. My husband and I are leaving tomorrow to go visit. We'll be back just in time to see you in Austin. Great.
Yay.
God, can you imagine going from how cool it's going to be in Iceland to Austin?
No.
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 No, I'm going to have to check in on my little friend Ron White, make sure he's still alive. We can give you a volcano update and be your Icelandic termites for a couple weeks. Thanks for all the laughs. Really appreciate it. Yes, we need some updates. What's going on over there, people? Let us know. Hope you guys had a great 4th of July. My pooping dog firework did very well on TikTok. Very proud of myself at this age that I have a punk out there. Oh my God, this is the greatest fireworks stand story ever. Okay, so there's a bunch of them. Well, the Ozarks always has better ones. Just saying, Nashville. But I happen to be here,
Right.
and I know the good ones here. They're out because I'm out of town a little bit. They're out this way, and there's always this skinny little redneck guy I go to, and he has a big sign, "Not on the grass." I don't even know what that means. Does he mean smoke?
Private fireworks.
Oh, we're not supposed to set them off. Well, how about we don't set them off next to the goddamn tent? Holy God Almighty! Wow, yeah. So I went up and he was there. He's there and he's like, "Oh, I remember you." And I said, "How's it going so far?" He goes, "I've had the greatest day of my life." I go, "Wow, really?" Most people don't answer with that. And he goes, "Well, you're not gonna believe it, but I was just sitting here and a guy got out of a truck and he looked like Lee Greenwood, the guy who sings, 'And I'm proud to be an American.' And he goes, I just said it to him. I'm like, 'You look like Lee Greenwood.' And he goes, 'I am Lee Greenwood.' Whoa. And I said, 'No, you ain't. Sing it. And he sang some of it. And he said, and then somebody took a picture, but I had to give my email, and I was so excited. I'm sure I just fucked that all up, and I'm never going to get the picture I made with Lee. And I go, well, that is the most American experience you can probably have on 4th of July, is to have Lee Greenwood. And then I asked my neighbor, Jeff, I'm like, does Lee Greenwood actually live around here? He goes, oh, yeah, he lives around. So I'm sure it was really Lee Greenwood. I'm like, wow. Him, and I'm proud to be, where at least I know I'm free. My problem with that song is I get it, but yet I don't know that people are aware there's other countries that are free.
No.
Like, it's not just us. Like,
at least I know.
Yeah, but I mean, kudos to Lee Greenwood for finding one song that will carry you through your career till you're dead.
Yeah.
He's at the Daytona 500, and I'm proud to be. I don't even know one other song. I have to go. I'm going to throw him on Spotify today. I want to hear what else Lee Greenwood sings besides that. Like, is there enough to really carve out a whole career? Or is he $1 million hire for Indianapolis 500? Very Americana type things.
He's got a lot of flag paraphernalia.
Yeah, he does. So I hope your guys is 4th. And here's the thing. I know the fireworks for the dogs and the cats. Baby cat doesn't like it either.
No.
But I don't think it's ever going to stop on the 4th. I do not understand my redneck neighbors that are still going.
Yeah.
It's the 9th.
Right.
Guys, how much shit did you buy that you forgot to set off?
Right.
I have 2 tiny baby fountains I forgot to set off, and I do still plan on set, but they don't make any noise.
No.
They're just
You can do it for
and then
your
I've
birthday.
burnt the driveway and we're done. It's gotta,
What else did you do on the 4th?
Well, I drank and laid in the pool. And then I went over to the neighbors that for a year they've been asking me, these 2 fun people. And I just always kept saying, their names are Matt and Christy. And I always kept saying, I swear to God, I'm out of town.
Yeah.
Like, but eventually people are going to stop believing you. Like, I'm just like a liar who doesn't want to come over, which is not, and then but I didn't want to get in. I told him my dad's really sick, so I'm going to Missouri every week when I'm off, but I didn't want to get into all that just because they don't even know me that well. And that seemed like too much sad information or whatever. And so they invited, and so I'm like, I believe it or not, I'm actually home.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm going. It was great.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. So
your other neighbors had fireworks?
My neighbor Jeff and Debbie, they're just wonderful people. And he probably spends more than the city of Nashville. I mean, it is, and he's turned the reins over to his son. And I remember when my dad did that. Yeah. And it's not a comfortable year or 2 transition, ever. Halfway through it, he goes, I'm going to give him a C so far. I'm like, oh my God, he's doing a wonderful job. He's like, nope, there's too many pauses. They're like meaner than Olympic judges. Like, yeah. And that's what my dad would go, I'm surprised the whole goddamn cove hasn't been set on fire. Jesus, what are they doing? And I'm like, Dad, you can't give up the gig.
Right.
And then critique from up here, or just keep it in your brain. Right. We all don't want to hear it. We're enjoying this. I'm enjoying someone else will go down there. I'm not lighting that big shit. No fucking way.
No.
No. And this was not funny, but Merca, let's get it together. The guy in South Carolina in the Uncle Sam outfit, he went and rented it. Yeah. Then he put a firework, I don't know what kind, on top of the hat.
Right.
And he's dead.
Right.
Like, Merca, I want to have hope for us as a people. And I know there's 350 million of us, maybe more at this point. Maybe we haven't even counted the ones we ain't counting. Right. So let's call it 370 million, 5 million people. Mm-hmm. One guy did that. That's not too bad. Big village, how many idiots? You got to do the math, the ratio on that. When they used to say the village idiot, there was probably only 80 people in the village.
Right.
So let's keep multiplying. It's very sad. I mean, then they show the picture of the guy. He looks like a normal guy. Mm-hmm. What? I don't know what the thinking would have been. Now, they said he was drinking, but still.
What were you
drinking? Shit, I've been drinking a million all 4th of Julys probably, unless I was a child, and then I'm sure I was taking drinks of some uncle's beer where they were like, that's fine, you could have a little. Like, they just let me. But to be drunk enough to go, I'm going to put this on my head is a different...
How funny.
Well, it was a big top hat. Maybe he thought because the hat was so tall... It's still your head.
Yeah.
I know. Well, just saying, Merca, be careful.
Don't shoot shit off your head.
Yeah, please stop blowing things off your head. We'd like you all to stick around. All right, let's move on to some Queen news here.
Boom.
Besides Stevie, I don't know what's really the matter with her, but I hope it gets sorted out. Because she did her Dublin shows and everybody liked them. All the TikTok videos were good.
Yeah.
Tanya, quiet. Out doing country things, whatever. Cher, super quiet. Yeah. Maybe she's really having fun with that boyfriend.
It's hot in Vegas.
Snoop's gearing up for the Olympics, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jelly Belly's out on the road.
Yeah.
He has funny TikToks. So does his wife Bunny. And then Tay Tay.
I saw the Jelly Roll one about the golf cart or something.
Yeah, she said his golf cart's a mess, and he's like, "What's mine is yours, and yours is mine, except for my golf cart." I'm glad he has one. Tay Tay's still bebopping around Europe. She finished Amsterdam, right? Something happened to that one. Was it Travis showed up? Travis always there. Oh my God, I know.
Mahomes showed up.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes showed up.
And his wife.
And his wife, Brittany. Well, good for them.
Nice.
Glad that he's building a house at the Lake of the Ozarks, where I'm building my new house at Lake of the Ozarks.
Is he gonna be your neighbor?
He's not going to be my neighbor, but I have single white female some of his designs. Well, not inside. I've never been inside. Obviously, I don't know the guy or nothing, but everybody, as soon as some famous person builds a house at the lake, every single person in Missouri is dead damned to find it, and then send it to all their friends and go, I found it. Yeah. No, but I always go, me and my brother are always like, oh, do we even know that? We just drive by a house. I'm like, that's Joyce Meyer, the preacher lady. I don't fucking know that. I've been told that.
Right.
But whoever picture I took a house of, I mean, whoever took the picture of the house that they say is his, there's this thing called Osage stone in the Ozarks, and it's like a multicolored, and there's old little cabins built like in the 1920s that still are made of the Osage stone, and when I drive by them, I'm like, now, here's the thing, when you have the stone, you get little scorpions too, though, so, but this would be for the outside. Anyway, so good for Patrick. Tay, where does she go next? This thing goes on till she's like 40,
Zurich
right?
Or somewhere boring.
Zurich?
Yeah.
We can't say it's all boring. I'm just saying.
Zurich.
Well, I was only like 20 when I was there. Maybe I didn't have enough culture in me. Still don't, probably.
Hang on.
Meanwhile, you find out where she's going. Where's she going?
Hang on. I always get to watch the video. Yeah, Zurich. And then Milan.
And then Milan? Mm-hmm. And then where? Why am I reading her tour schedule? Gelsenkirchen?
Yep.
Where is that?
I don't know. More info. Where is this place?
Wow, they're a lucky group. We've never even heard of the city, and she's coming to it, folks. But
Erfagen mit Ehren Gitarre und country music.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they say about her.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's German.
it's
They
somewhere
speak,
in.
They speak German.
They speak German. Okay. Well, in Queen news, Dolly has launched 2 new frozen desserts.
Stop it.
The business doesn't stop. The business runs 24 hours a day in Parton World. Yep. 2 new frozen desserts to her growing food. A chocolate pie. I love a chocolate pie, and I hate pie.
Yeah.
I hate fruit pies.
Chocolate pie's good.
Chocolate pie, my mom made a great one. It was really just Jell-O pudding in a pie, but it was fucking great. And a cheesecake. Now, here's the thing. I only like the hard cheesecakes, like Sara Lee. I hate, in New York, Louis will go, oh, try the cheesecake. I'm like, no, Louis, it's going to be that weird, fluffy, light cheese, and I'm going to get mad that it's not hard and doesn't have some sort of strawberries. Anyway, I don't know what hers is like. They stay in your freezer till you're ready to thaw in the fridge before serving. The boxes have directions. That way you can indulge in a slice. Uh-oh. You can cut it in pieces and put it back in the freezer.
Directions on how to cut a cheesecake.
Well, I would need those directions. Thank you, Dolly. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to Paddles. You need directions on what to... Yep.
How to cut a cheesecake.
Now, we're going to learn something, termites. Some of you may already know. This, and then we'll be done with Queen News, and we're moving on. I've got some really good stuff. I have a really good Airbnb thing. I'm trying to bring them down single-handedly. I don't like things without a license. I just don't. Yeah. Even though my sister, she took all the the whole family went to Spain and somewhere else. Oh, Italy, the Vatican, and then they toured the Vatican, and then Pope Francis was going to come out and wave the next day at 10:30. They said they thought they might swing by for a wave. Nice. Yeah, I haven't heard any more reports on that. But anyway, they Airbnb'd some. I'll have to find out how it was. So this is a cast iron skillet. But look. It's got a butterfly with a guitar in the middle on the bottom. Now, here's the thing. This is too heavy to hang like a rich person. So I don't really understand, except because you're never going to see this in a drawer or on the stove. It's a collector's item, right? From Lodge. So why are they...
Say it like a Southerner, not like a Midwest. Lodge.
Well, I said lodge, and it sounds Midwestern-y. It's a lodge. Lodge. You got oh my God. So this is like they do talk about cornbread being a big hit in this, but they're trying to get away from just that idea. So apparently, whatever you cook in here, the flavoring stays. Mm-hmm. So like, let's say you were to make it's seasoned. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's perfect for beginners and chefs. And you could cook at any skill level. Wasn't that right? The only way I knew when I bought a tiny 1,200 square foot house in West Hollywood back in the day. Mm-hmm. And my neighbor came over and he was like, wow, that's a great stove. And I'm like, I don't know. I know it works though because I lit a cigarette in it. It turned out to be some expensive thing that I'm like, I will never, ever, ever use that except to light a cigarette, which I shouldn't be doing in the house, and I know better, but it was raining.
Right.
So I did it. Anyway, it's my house. Yeah, was. Anyway, so this is, why should you choose it? They're good on any kitchen stovetop, and then take it straight to the table to serve. It can make almost anything, pork chops, grilled steaks, sauteed veggies. Now, I think if you have bacon and eggs in here every day, over time, they would be the best bacon and eggs ever. Yeah. You can bake a gooey skillet cookie.
Southern.
That is a Southern thing right there. Y'all get that gooey skillet cookie. It's so good. I know that it's got like, I think I read it's got 12,000 calories in 2 bites, but I mean, it is worth it. It is worth it. I don't care how big my ass gets as long as I can get that gooey skillet. Oh my God. It's made to last a lifetime. By the way, this was under $30. Yeah. So they're not expensive. Although it's not indestructible, it can handle the heat and be used for all your culinary adventures. It's a natural non-stick finish. And I have no reason to be telling you people this, except I always wondered, if you drive from Nashville to Chattanooga, there's a big billboard that says Lodge, cast iron. And I'm like, what is that? They made them. That's where they make them. And I'm like, why is this pan? And then you pick it up, and I'm like, do I want to deal with that? Yes. But you do. It makes your food taste better. It has heat retention. There's no better way to get crispy fried chicken, flavor roasted veggies, or a perfect loaf of bread. It's a workhorse, and it's good at browning food, and it is indestructible. We have a whole stack of them. There you go. So
It's known for very even cooking.
Even cooking.
Yep.
There you go. So for under $30, and you can get the Dolly one if they're still available. Probably not.
You sent one to Bob and Clark.
I did get one for Bob and Clark,
The small one.
but I don't really feel like spending the money to mail it. I'm gonna make them come here and get it. Update. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the weather for a minute,
Okay.
because we're gonna talk about Mattress Mack.
He's wonderful.
Mattress Mack, even if you don't go on Twitter, I'm sure it's also on Instagram. Yeah. He's my guy in Houston with the furniture stores who I actually got to meet that one day and got my picture made, as they'd say in the South. Got my picture made. Very nice man. And I know people are like, well, politically, he's whatever. Here's what I know. He's a philanthropist. What else he's doing with his money? I can't help that or stop that or I don't even get a vote. It's his money. As long as you do some good things, for me, at this point, looking at all the rich people that aren't doing anything, good for him. Mm-hmm. He opens his stores, unlike, here's my impression of Joel Osteen. I'm like, do you have dry eye? Do you need to go to an ophthalmologist? What the fuck is with the blinking? Even my friend George Wallace, the comedian, and George is religious in the fun, good way, Southern Baptist way, but more the black church way, in the fun way. Yep. Fun. But he goes to these kids, and I do my impression of him in front of George, and George laughs, and George does it too. He's like, are you talking about my friend, Mr. Olsey? I'm like, yes, I am. I am talking about the fact that he did not open his church during the last hurricane, and it was immensely needed. Right. But Mattress Mack, meanwhile, a goddamn furniture man, he's letting people come and lay on the furniture. He's going to try to sell this shit. I would be a little concerned. Honestly, I'd be like, well...
It's a big warehouse.
The only thing he can't take is animals, and I get it. It's a little sad, but, you can't let everybody bring everything in there. I'm going to push for Mattress Mack. I'm going to send his people a thing saying, maybe you could get like a big warehouse for the animals. Right? I mean, he's already doing a lot. But he put a video up. Hello, Texans, it's me, Mattress Mack. This store is open. If you're having any problems in the flooding, come on right now. And that's like a day right when it was starting. Yeah. And then he put out his cell phone number and the furniture store number. If you have any question, I'm like, is anybody telling Grandpa maybe we shouldn't be putting this? If it is, I don't, but it's a working number.
Right. We should call it.
Yeah, it was open all day. Pets are not allowed. 6006 North Freeway in Houston, and that may be the one I went to.
That's the one you went to.
Is it the one I went? Well, it's very nice. Yeah, there was a lot of shit in there I wanted, but I didn't feel like shipping it. It's been used since Hurricane Harvey, Tropical Storm Imelda, and the winter freeze of 2021. He's just so the weather in Houston. I used to have friends that lived there, Kevin and Scott, and just a normal amount of rain, their backyard turned into. I mean, you could go bass fishing in it. It was crazy. They're at sea level. Galveston got cremated. Galveston wasn't doing that great to begin with. And I know there's people, this is not political. This is just saying the weather, it's 120 in Palm Springs. I've called 3 of my friends that live there. I have not heard back. No, I have not heard back.
Oh, God.
I want to know, how much is the air conditioning bill? And then Texas got walloped at 130 in Death Valley. Highest thing ever recorded. Like, shit's getting weird.
It's weird.
It's very weird. Yeah. And there was a big old redneck on TikTok or somewhere. He goes, this ain't the same son I grew up with. I'm like, right. Like, he goes, I used to play out here and he's as white as me. I used to play out here for 8-10 hours a day. Me too. And I know as you get older, your skin gets thinner. But mine should at least have a base coat of burns and it's like I'm a baby that's never been out there. If I forget to spray one spot on me, purple red. Yeah, it's just, I will also say that Buc-ee's was still open in Houston. Cool. Good. And so those employees, somehow, they probably have campsites in the back so they can just live there if need be. And then a Buc-ee's billboard came down. Somebody captured it live on TikTok or whatever. He's like, oh, no, here it goes. And it is a bayou. I mean, Houston is a bayou, so they know these things will happen. Right. But they don't have enough things to deal with it. Right. And then we've only started hurricane season. It's only just begun. I don't know what the fuck's begun to leave white lace and promises. A kiss for luck and my arms. There's 2 kids on TikTok that are like in their 20s and they sound exactly like her, and it is beyond creepily awesome.
She's been reincarnated.
Yeah, I think she has been.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
And this was last year. A termite, Sue Ann sent this. The Buc-ee's sign. It got so hot in Texas that the Buc-ee's sign melted.
Oh God.
The round one. I mean, but you know, people are like, "Oh, it's just summer." No, no. Something, and maybe it's too late. I don't know what we do, but people are you're gonna. I don't know. You got to rethink.
Crazy.
Someplace in Nantucket that's worth $1 bazillion, they sold for $200,000 because it's eroding into the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told my sister-in-law, get over there and buy one of them. If it's good for 5 more years, it's worth it. 200 grand?
Yes.
We got a campsite on Nantucket. That'll piss off the super rich. Well, they're camping here now? Let's not call it camping. Let's call it glamping. Let's get it right. Let's call it glamping.
Wow.
Moving on to update. Update. This is Bark Air.
Oh, no.
If you listen to this podcast, you know what that is. That's the airline you can fly with your dog. It's expensive, though. Quite expensive. But, you know, people spend more shit on their pets than anything, really. It expands to Chicago.
Oh, cool.
So now it's not just New York and LA. Anyone who's tried to fly with their dogs know it can be a pain. Bark Air is a travel experience designed specifically for dogs first. Pooches are pampered from booking to arrival. And now it's expanding to Chicago out of Midway. Even better. Even better.
Get you out of O'Hare.
Yeah. Well, O'Hare needs a facelift.
Yeah.
I always say O'Hare looks to me like what I think Poland looked like in the 70s. There's like one hot dog stand, one hockey bar.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. I won't go back into it. And I love Chicago, but we got to do something about O'Hare. Midway, I don't expect to look fancy, and because that's mostly Southwest flights in and out of there.
Right.
But boy, I do like to be able to go in and out of there. And now Bark's going out of there. So great. It's going to set off its maiden voyage. No, it already did in May out of New York to LA. It was popular last month with 15,000 requests for new destinations.
Holy shit.
The CEO says everything is catered to dogs, so they have a low-stress trip. It will cost you $6 grand for a domestic flight and $8 for international. Only 2 more for international. Well, then shit, I'd be going to Paris or somewhere.
Yeah.
Fork over the extra 2 if you had the 6.
Why go to LA?
That's for your dog and you. So there you go. Nice. It's expanding. I don't know what happened with that little lawsuit about them not being able to park at that other airport, but I haven't heard an update. I don't know about that. 2 things about Mark. What's his name? Zuckerberg. This is a great tragedy, and it was predicted here on this podcast. You can call me Baba Vanga. I saw this one coming.
Call me Baba Vanga.
Yeah. Baba Vanga is the blind Russian mystic, in case, who said, by the way, the end of the world is not going to be till like 3,000 something, but the decline starts in 2025, and I bet it starts with weather.
Yeah.
A great tragedy cry from meta fans after beloved creation killed and begged Mark Zuckerberg to do the bare minimum to fix it. It's his goggles.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You said they were terrible.
Well, I just said they were too expensive when there's cheaper versions.
Yes.
And I don't know how good the meta ones were, but, well, I just don't like him. Let's just throw that out there. But I did my nephews, and they're not they're just a cheap ripoff version, and it was perfectly fine. Right. I mean, it made me sick on the roller coaster. I had to take it off. It was that real. Wow. Yeah. There's been an email sent out to the owners of the original Meta Quest. The company informed that the headset would no longer receive bug fixes or security updates. Oh. So all your info in there, bling, up for the snagging.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it is bullshit if you bought one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much they cost at the time, and I'm not here to be king of the nerds, but you know, the nerds got to have their stuff too.
Agreed. And
they liked it.
Yep.
They rounded out the email with a grim warning to customers. Continue to use at your own risk. However, if any security vulnerabilities are discovered in the future, private data that is directly stored on the device or accessible from it would be at risk of compromise. Confusion and outrage exploded across social media as customers continued to receive notification. Some guy wrote, this is a lot of Reddit people. I guess Reddit's popular with these guys. I understand bug fixes, but no security patches. Right. This is really bad. I'm still enjoying my Quest, and now I see how much nicer the new ones are, but I can't afford a new one. I feel like Meta should do at least the bare minimum and fix the security holes for the older hardware. Yeah, I do too. I'm siding with all my nerds. Where are my nerdmites? Nerds, Harmites?
Nermites.
It originally debuted in 2019, known as Oculus Quest.
Right.
But he's losing money left and right with the Meta stuff. And the thing is, look,
He wants to be right.
there's going to be a certain amount of people that want your goggles, and then the rest of us aren't. And then there's going to be the middle ground, like my brother and his wife, that say the kids want them, but we're not spending.
Right.
So they go to wherever, Best Buy, and go get the, Joe Blow version.
Blows goggles.
Joe Blow. Here's another bad thing for Mr. Mark. I'm an android, not a human being, Zuckerberg. It's not a good day for Meta in the EU. The European Commission says Meta's pay or consent advertising model is in breach of the EU's Digital Market Acts.
Oh, boy.
Bad news from them. They ruled that Meta must let users opt out of personalized ads based on their activity on social platforms.
Yes. Yes.
That'll piss him off. Meta has now the chance to respond in writing with the preliminary findings. The commission will wrap its investigation within 12 months, which began on March 24th. If Meta is ultimately found to be non-compliant, it could face up to fines of up to 10% of its global revenue.
Whoa. Now you got to get the accounting, though.
Well,
Yeah.
He'll drag it on forever.
Right.
That's the problem. The law moves too slowly.
Yep. Jack Madigan.
It had a $1.3 billion fine last year for transferring Facebook users' data to the U.S.
Right.
He doesn't care.
No.
He doesn't care.
No.
It's got to be jail. It's got to be prison because he doesn't care about money. Money means nothing.
Right.
Nothing. It's not really a threat. Okay, that's all my updates. Holy shit, they found it. Yeah, I've got two. This is a crazy thing. I'm so glad I wasn't a cave person. Cave woman, caveman. The shit that was outside of the cave back then, I mean, and I'm nearsighted. I couldn't even have left a cave, ever. I wouldn't see it. Well, maybe that's better. You don't see what's coming.
Right.
I wouldn't know. Everything looks like a Van Gogh painting without glasses. So a giant 280 million year old salamander-like creature was an apex predator before the age of dinosaurs, has been discovered by fossil hunters in Namibia.
Oh, God.
The shape of the head, I mean, this thing looks like a square, and then a giant skinny body, but it had enormous fangs.
Oh, my God.
So it's like a fucked up snake, a snake with a giant head. When we found the enormous specimen just lying on the outcrop as a giant concretion, it was just really shocking. I just knew we were seeing that it was something completely different. We were all very excited. This is Nerds on Fire. I love it. They call it Gaiasia. Would have been the top predator of its ecosystems, among the world's largest land predators at the time. It had a big, flat, toilet-shaped head, which allows its mouth to open and suck in prey. It has huge fangs, and the whole front of the mouth is just giant teeth. It's a big predator, but potentially also relatively slow ambush predator. Oh, my God.
Oh.
So I walk out of the cave, and it's just right by the door of the cave.
Yeah.
That's it.
Night-night.
I'm gone.
Night-night.
I can't wait to see them recreate this thing. So there you go. We found that. Be glad you're living now.
Right.
When people go, the world's in such bad shape. Yeah, well, you're not going to walk out your front door and see an enormous snake that's just going to bite your goddamn head off, are you? No, you're not. Might see a skunk, might see a rabbit. That's it. There's not going to be a T-Rex or anything coming at you. This is kind of crazy. Holy shit, they found it. Archaeologists unearthed significant religious relic that depicts Moses receiving the Ten Commandments.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was, they were excavating a church in Austria, and they found a marble shrine inside of it. It's a 1,500-year-old ivory box that depicts a scene of Moses receiving the Ten Commandments from God on Mount Sinai. as described in the Old Testament, along with imagery of saints and the ascension of Christ. The circular-shaped box is deemed significant due to its sacred early Christianity objects being extremely rare. Only 40 such discoveries have been made worldwide. The last one was found during excavations about 100 years ago. So it's a big thing. Then here's Nerds on Fire. We all know this only happens once in an archaeologist's life as a scientist, said Gerald Graber, lead archaeologist. The discovery was made by the University of Innsbruck researchers who were excavating blah, blah, blah. So it was, yeah. I mean, it makes you believe, I believe the stories in the Bible, but I don't know, as a Catholic, we were taught that, you get the gist. It's not, don't go all word for wordy. It's been handed down a lot.
Right.
People rewrote shit, and, it's mostly true,
Right.
but yeah, that's what we were taught. I'm not saying it's the right thing. So very cool. I wonder what they're going to do with it. Better go to a museum. That's my vote.
Yes.
Moving on to news. Oh, well, what are we watching? Well, Shark Week started July 7th, goes through the 13th. It's on Discovery Channel in case you want to watch that. And Euro Cup. Yes. I love soccer. The Euro Cup. There's a game on today, as a matter of fact.
Fun to watch.
I got it. Yeah. And congratulations, Paddles. Canada has moved forward in the Copa Cup. The United States did not.
They're about to get annihilated.
And tonight, they will be globally probably embarrassed by Argentina. But you know what? You're there. We're not.
Yeah.
I watched Canada's team.
Yeah.
There were 2 players that were extremely impressive. It's 2 more than you used to have. So go Canada. But really, it should be a South American team. Come
Yeah,
on.
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's who we're rooting for.
I believe we have some.
I've been watching Wimbledon, not as much as my friend Lorene. Lorene is all in. She played in college and all that. She knows everything like I would know about golf. She knows everything about every player, so I don't even have to do any research. I just text her and say, do we like this guy or not?
Right.
And then she tells me why, or what about this lady? And then she gives me the whole thing. And Coco Gauff is out. A little shocking. And besides that, I haven't really watched. There's nothing new. It's very sad. On Netflix and Amazon, there's nothing really new. And I know they do that because it's summer and they think everybody is out frolicking. But sometimes it's really hot, and I want something new to binge.
Right.
Yeah. Nothing. I can't find anything. News. Do you like the store Big Lots?
No.
No? Why?
Not really. You gotta hunt for stuff.
You got to hunt.
It's like a bad garage
I
sale.
know. My mom and her nun friend Liz Shea used to go once a week to Big Lots. They had just party in a box. They loved it. I don't. I went once. This is how. And it doesn't matter. So I went with my mom and Liz one day, and I'm like, okay, there was this big rack of little 8 to 12-year-old boys' coats, but they were sports stuff. So at the time, originally, if you don't follow football, the Rams were in it was the LA Rams.
Yep.
Then they moved to St. Louis, became the St. Louis Rams.
Okay.
Then they moved back to LA and became the LA Rams again. Mm-hmm. Well, it was the time when the St. Louis Rams were in St. Louis.
Yep.
And I went and looked at a coat for my one nephew, and it was a Rams jacket. It was totally cute, except on the sleeve it said LA Rams.
Right.
Like, that's how old this is. They didn't sell the merch in LA, and they've shipped it to Missouri and went, well, there's still Rams. And I bought it. Because I told my cousin Mary, I'm like, it's still a good coat. But now I sound like my mother. And I'm like, right, Kathleen, but it has the wrong goddamn team on it. He's 10, he can read. He's not going to want to rock around. I go, we'll tell him it's a collector's item, and there's only 5 left on Earth. And we'll just make up this big story about why it's super special. And then he can relate that story to his friends who make fun of him.
So that's the reason they moved back. Your coat.
They moved back because of my coat. I feel it. Yes, fuck the Rams. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I've only been in Big Lots a couple times. There is one by my house that I wish was something else. I wish it was like a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls or something. Just because I don't.
Or a bar.
Or a big bar. Well, Big Lots is having a lot of problems. And they may have to declare. They blame the economy for 10% drop in sales. It's reportedly lost $132 million. Yeah, they're going to try to get through it, but they're pretty much sure they're going to have to file for bankruptcy.
Oh God.
Yeah, and store closures. A lot of stores are closing, so get on in there.
Yes.
There might be some good sales. Maybe I'll go in and do the work of the Lord, make a little video, and so everyone else doesn't have to go. I don't. I assume they're all kind of the same around the country. I don't. I mean, this one looks like the one in St. Louis. I don't know. They've used all their cash up in 2022, 2023, the first quarter. It remains in compliance, but it's getting weird. So just saying, they're looking to sell its remaining real estate through the outright sale or lease back opportunities.
Wow.
Sad. My mom would be very sad to hear this news. Well, she still likes Big Lots.
Okay.
If we're in St. Louis, she wants to stop. For sure. Seattle. Squirrel. This is exciting,
Okay.
I guess, as far as women getting to move up in sports. The Seattle Kraken, for you non-hockey fans, that is their hockey team, established when? Recently.
3 years ago, I think.
Only 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, I love their uniforms. They're really cool looking. And it's hard at this point to come up with a cool uniform because everybody else took all the good colors.
Yeah, they're great.
They're really great.
2021 to
20,
22.
21, 22 was their first season?
Yep.
Yeah, they should have always had a hockey team. I don't understand why they didn't. They're up north. Yeah.
Seattle Totems left in 1975.
The Seattle Totems
Yep.
in 1975. Wow.
Also very cool uniforms.
Were they? Well, the Seattle Kraken promoted Jessica Campbell in a historic move on Wednesday. The Kraken hired Campbell as a full-time assistant coach, which makes her the first woman to hold the position in NHL history. The move had been largely expected after her run as assistant coach with their AHL affiliate, Coachella Valley Firebirds, and she was also the first woman behind a bench in that league's history.
What are they called?
Firebirds! Fire!
Thank you.
In Coachella, yes, because all the birds are on fire. I actually saw a video of a palm tree that imploded, and it was smoking. It's so hot.
God.
The palm tree caught itself on fire. I mean, okay, everything's fine.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Keep going.
It's just summer. God damn, Kathleen. It's just summer. Anyway, good luck to this lady. I hope she does a good job because now she's got all the girls on her back that want to become a NHL coach. I can't even imagine. ESPN2, one time I had to go in the Omaha Lancers locker room for this funny thing we were supposed to be doing, and I've never smelled anything like that in my life. And I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. I quit ESPN2. I'm going to vomit. I am going to vomit. What? The hockey equipment, but I bet football. I've never been a football guy. I bet that smells bad too.
Yeah.
Everybody's sweating and.
Ugh.
All right, this next story makes me laugh. So every time, like my Irish cousins and stuff, when we talk about the EU and all that, Greece is your lazy sibling. This is according to them, who won't get off the couch and pitch in. They're just like, but it's a wonderful place, so they kind of get away with it. It's like saying you're a really handsome, lazy teenager.
Yeah.
You're hot, so you get away with a lot. You're smoking hot. Greece has always been the one that isn't really contributing. It's Germany, the places that Greece is a vacation area. It's a tourist destination, but is it like really producing something? No.
No.
Well, they're thinking about now bringing back the 6-day work week. You guys barely worked one.
I was going to do that.
My God. You're going to go from nothing to 6? Don't even suggest these things in your own nation. You stay in that EU and you stay on that couch and you just become a wonderful place for tourists to go and start limiting the amount of them. There's too goddamn many of them. Everybody's starting to do that now.
You tell the Germans to
You
fuck
tell them Germans will work harder. They're good at it. They're linear. They enjoy it. You like organization. You like all of it. Just keep on going, Germany. A 6-day work week. And then the next sentence is for you, Paddle. Could Canada follow?
No.
What is the matter with people? Don't bring this shit up at a meeting.
No.
No. No.
Don't be hateful.
Be like Ireland. Be like Italy. Just do some stuff. We're number 8. That's why I can never run for president. I would be like, the USA doesn't need to be number 1.
No.
That's a lot of weight on our shoulders. But I don't think I could get a crowd chanting,
We're number 6.
USA, number 9.
No, you couldn't.
Workers in Greece are going to have a little bit longer starting this week, with the country introducing a 6-day work week for some. These are also people, there's a shit ton of government jobs that are only like a few days a week.
Yeah.
And then they retire super duper early.
Yep.
I'm on board with all of it.
Right.
I agree with the Greeks. Let's just
Do it.
This is, I don't know what kind of type A lunatic brought this kind of thinking into this country, but that person needs to be found and shipped off to somewhere serious. As a part of the new labor laws passed this year, some Greek workers began a 48-hour work week starting Monday, a move that union representatives from across industries have termed barbaric.
Whoa.
I don't disagree.
It's ridiculous.
You can't make up for 100 years of laying on the couch being the hot one. No, you just go, you let me do it. The EU, you're allowing it. You haven't kicked us out. There have been talks about, should we kick the one off the couch? And then you're like, I know, but it's Greece. Come on. Don't you want to go to Mykonos? Yeah, you do. Look at all the pretty paintings that come out of there with the white buildings. The pro-business government of Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said that the change, I made him Japanese, said the changes are growth-oriented and necessary given the country's shrinking population and lack of skilled labor. So you're going to make the ones that are left work triple. He described the whole situation as a ticking time bomb. Yeah, but it's not if you're in the EU.
Right.
You just call Grandma in Germany and make her send you some money. However, the move is not finding many takers in Canada.
Grandma Germany.
Canada's not on board. We do not have an urgent need to fix Canada's declining productivity. However, the solution is not necessarily to adopt longer work hours, but rather to work in a smarter way.
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you, Canada.
Yeah.
That's according to Diane Velasco, Senior Director on the Future of Work in the Canadian Chamber of Commerce.
She sounds like a buzzkill.
Yeah, she doesn't sound. Just your job description, I go, ooh, boo,
Go watch
boo.
Come on.
They're not going to do it.
No.
The people are saying no more than 40 hours. I don't even think it should be 40.
No.
I'm in for 4-day work weeks.
Yes.
Why do we have to? And then we seem to be leaning that way, and then people freak out.
Let's space them out. 2 off.
They want to do it. I just think it's funny that Greece is like, shit, we haven't done anything in a long time. Fuck, let's work all week. No, don't lose your minds.
No.
Everything's fine.
You don't have enough
Don't
people.
panic.
No.
Don't panic.
Give them a goat.
Um,
Don't panic.
Cracker Barrel.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've got to get there and do the work of the Lord. Maybe
You can also get lodged there.
you can get lodge stuff at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. You don't even have to go to that place in between Chattanooga. They have released their new updated menu.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a test menu. Here's what they've thrown in. It makes me laugh. Green chili cornbread.
Come on.
I'm not a cornbread person.
No.
No. So I don't know. This is going to run through August 5th. If you want it, I'm going to wait till Lou hears about this one. Hash brown casserole shepherd's pie. A pot roast with celery, onions, carrots, peas, mashed potatoes. Should they be getting into shepherd's pie?
No.
You're Southerners. You're not from England. Maybe
Wow.
chicken pot pie. That's more American. And I was told we were getting a new one last time I was there when the server was nice enough to go, have you had our chicken pot pie? I'm like, no. She goes, I'd wait till the new one. Well, when's that coming? And I was dumb and ordered the one that she told me not to do, and I did it. It was terrible. She was right. Chicken and dumpling soup? All right. That's Southern.
That's called matzo ball soup.
Yeah, it's matzo ball. And banana pudding?
Okay.
Okay. Cinnamon bread French toast.
Oh, God. Oh.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to go. I'll do the work of the Lord.
You're
Yeah.
going to order all that? I
No.
can't wait. I'm going with you.
Yeah, maybe I'll do a Snoop Dogg and order all of it.
Slave a flame.
What's crazy is those servers are so burnt there. They don't even like bat an eye. No matter what you order, they don't care.
Get some sangria.
Yeah, if I ordered everything on the menu, all right, might take an extra minute. You did get a lot, no problem.
Spice it out.
Did you watch American Horror Story, termites? I watched season with Coven,
So good.
and then I watched another season, and some of them are too disturbing. I can't do it.
No.
But Coven was so good because it had Jessica Lange, Kathy Bates, Angela Bassett, Emma Roberts. There was a lot of good youngsters in there. There's an actor with Down syndrome. She's fantastic.
Jamie something.
Jamie, yeah, she was great. Anyway, it's about witches in New Orleans. Well, the New Orleans mansion featured in American Horror Story hits the market for $5.4 million,
What?
and nobody's going.
I don't doubt that.
I don't think I would.
No.
Do I believe Coven? Well,
Maybe.
do I believe in witches and vampires? If they're anywhere, they're in New Orleans, which is why I like New Orleans.
Right.
I like to look at people in the bar and think, is that a vampire? Is that a witch? Do I believe there's spooky voodoo? Yes. It's a 168-year-old Greek revival estate. It was featured on the FX series third season, Mrs. Robishaw's Academy for Exceptional, but it was really called Coven, I think, was the series.
It was.
But this is the house where the witches, they were getting the young witches from around the country and riling them up. Sarah Paulson. Yeah, she was great. Everybody was great.
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy does a great job of getting the older actors who aren't getting enough love anymore. They want to act. They want to work. So he brings them in, the Jessicas, the Kathy Bateses, and then he gets the new up-and-comers. Patti LuPone plays the religious neighbor.
Yeah.
It was great. Anyway, the estate in New Orleans Garden was showcased in the 2013 third season, blah, blah, blah. It's a 3-story home. It also earlier claimed to fame as the storied Buckner Mansion. The mansion was constructed for Henry Sullivan Buckner, reportedly a cotton trader and slave owner who had property, plantations, warehouses, and ships. The estate, built in 1856, was the grandest occupant of the street when the Garden District was still its own town of Lafayette.
Oh.
Yeah. It's one of the largest surviving homes, designed by notable New Orleans so-and-so architect. Oh, wow. In 1923, the family sold the property, and the home became the site of Seoul Business College, with former quarters for enslaved people behind the home turning into dorm rooms.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd want to. That could be sad. Yeah, that could be haunted real easily.
Yes.
The school offered typing. I can type my ass off. I'm just saying. I can type like a madman. Now, if you're going to ask me to keep it within margins, it's not happening. It looks like I typed it. Like I told my dad, I go, I can type 109 words a minute. I got up to 100. He goes, wow. He goes, their secretaries, this is way back, making good money if you can get over 100. I go, problem is, mine don't necessarily all fit on the page. I'm just saying how fast I can do it. I don't understand margins because I don't understand math. I just put margins wherever they look kind of okay to me. I'm like, that's fine. You get the point. And then it's just... Anyway, it offered typing, shorthand, and bookkeeping courses and had notable alumni.
Wow.
Yeah. School years after the school shut down, it became a favorite for TV. So it's been used as a filming location forever. It was in 2022's The Estate, featuring Toni Collette and Savannah Ferris, using it as a central. I never heard of it. It's the crown jewel of New Orleans, but I read an update on it, and I believe it's been 52 days. No offers.
We'll look on Zillow.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor in Coven?
My favorite actor in Coven is always going to be Jessica. Oh, Stevie. Stevie Nicks is in it.
God.
She goes, hi, I'm Stevie. Her acting is really bad. But it's fine because she's really just doing Stevie.
She's her.
They don't really hire her to act. They're like, I wish you all luck in the final witch test or whatever it is. Good luck, everyone. But then she comes on singing, and I live to see the 7 wonders.
She's fabulous.
And who's the one who plays Misty the witch? She's great.
Lily Rabe.
Lily Rabe. Yeah. She's in it. She's a swamp witch. Yeah. It's so great. Sometimes I love Ryan Murphy, and then other times I'm horrified by the things that can enter his mind. I don't know what happened to him as a child. Some of the ones were so disturbing, I'm like, I'm out.
Right.
Carnival?
I didn't mind it.
The asylum one?
That was creepy.
Oh, it's so dark and so miserable. And then there was about Roanoke, where, too hard. I am single-handedly complaining about Airbnb and VR. Verbo. Because, like in the Ozarks, I sold my little condo deal, and then I didn't know my dad was all stuff was gonna happen with my dad. And I want to build a house there, so when I'm old, I can just live there all the time. But, so I didn't have a place, and I had to verbo a shit ton in the last 2 years. And it just kept getting worse.
Yep.
The last one, and then you don't want to write nothing bad on there because then they'll say I'm an asshole.
Right.
The TV in the main bedroom was on the floor. I mean,
Stop it.
Seriously, it worked. Right. But, you'd have to sit on the edge of the bed and look down.
Right.
And then I'm looking for shit to prop it up on. And then I thought, fuck it. I'm not even, and none of them, it's all streaming now. And I got to do every app and sign in. don't have the patience. I just don't take out the trash. Like all these rules. And there were a lot of termites that hit me up in because I like to know, am I the only one?
Yep.
But I'm also old school, child of a lawyer. I still don't love Uber, and I don't like all these unlicensed things where no one's responsible. Mm-hmm. Let's say you get in an Uber accident that's bad. Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Right.
Now, if that was a taxi that had a license, that was part of a company, now I sound old. Bring back taxis. I'm just saying, no, you have to regulate Airbnb and you have to regulate Verbo. Like, does Verbo even care what the shit looks like you're renting out? I don't think they care at all.
No.
And I don't know. I'll have to hear my sister. Like, my sister's like, yeah, but there's 5 of us, so we have to get 2 hotel rooms. So the Airbnb's cheaper if they can get a big house. But I'm like, yeah, but then you get there and you don't have coffee. Right. You don't know how to turn on the TV. Right. I don't know. Maybe I'm spoiled the old way. And there could be cameras everywhere.
You're a fan of a front desk.
I'm a big fan of a front desk. Yeah. That's why I love Marriott's, because my gay grandpas are in the oil painting, and I know they're there to protect me.
Right.
And I know there's security, and I know I can call down and go, can I please have a ham sandwich? And someone's going to bring one. Boom, there's a ham sandwich. It's just, there's Caesar salad. The food is consistent. Nothing. It's a wonderful product, Marriott. Wonderful. From all the way from an old-timey courtyard all the way up to the JW brand. It's just a wonderful. I just like a hotel. I did not enjoy my Verbo 1.5-year experience every week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, in the Ozarks, in somebody else's. And if I saw one more lake life sign, I was just gonna. And question for lake people, this goes for all lake people, mostly in the middle and the south. Why is it that every condo I go in, there's ocean shit on the walls?
No shit.
We don't live at the ocean.
No.
No, there's lighthouses. We don't have a fucking lighthouse. You
Mermaids.
need a carp up there, and a bass, and a copperhead, and a cottonmouth. Yeah. They go to Home Goods and buy all this ocean shit. And I'm like, do you all wish you were at the ocean? You can go.
Sandy toes.
Yeah.
There's no sand.
There's no, it's happy hour every hour at the lake. Every lake. I'm like, this is all because of Home Goods and what's the one I won't go in anymore with the good wrapping paper. But they're too mean to be, they're too mean to their employees. Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
They have a lot of that shit because on TikTok, somebody goes in every week and arranges their letters. You know, they have light up letters like for decoration and says Trump is a dick. And then they wait till somebody finds it and has to rearrange it. But I'm like, no, that's boredom. Like, anyway. Yeah, we're not going to talk about politics, but I will say this.
It's funny, though.
I said this to my friend, Ronan Hirschberg, very funny comedian. He's nothing like me. So I'm recommending him as something very different than me, and you may not. It may be too much for my people, but I enjoy Ronan.
Yeah.
We were texting back and forth, and this isn't political, but it a little bit. But Biden doesn't seem to be able to keep up. That's a nice way.
Yeah.
And I said,
he's aged out.
he's kind of aged out at time to transition. And Jill seems to be banging the war drums to keep going.
I know.
And here's what's crazy. I said to Ronan, my mom told my dad he was crazy, and he wasn't even doing anything. She had no problem telling him, hey, fucknut, you are not right in the head anymore. He's just sitting there watching a Cardinal game. I'm like, well, tone it down, Mom. And that's when he turned like a crime boss. He's like, Vicky, I know I'm not 100%. I'm like, okay, see, he's good. He knew what that all means. He knows what he's talking about, Mom. But she would have told him,
Right.
Jack, we're not
No.
we're not doing that. And he would have listened.
Yes.
So anyway, Ronan has a special on YouTube called Brave if you want to go watch it.
Put it in the show notes.
You will put it in the show notes. No room for privacy. How Airbnb fails to protect guests from hidden cameras. I think about that every time I'm in one of these guys, and I don't even do nothing.
Right.
I'm walking around in my shorts and a t-shirt, but then I'm like, well, I don't have a bra on. Wonder if I'm on camera. Is someone filming me?
Possibly.
I don't know. Possibly. It was another loss. Here's another lawsuit brought by another victim whose fun-filled vacation turned into a voyeuristic nightmare. A woman was secretly recording undressing at a rental property. Her images stored on the computer of an alleged sexual predator accused of spying on the unsuspecting renters for years.
Wow.
But once again, who's going to stop you?
Right.
And I know some of them, because the locks that they have, this is what I would have been afraid of if I was my sister doing this in Europe. One lady at the lake, I will not repeat her name. I know it. I was supposed to check out at 10. It keeps getting earlier and earlier and earlier. And then I was just going to move all my shit over to my sister's condo. It was in the same complex. Well, she locked the door. I was literally moving shit out into the car to move to my sister's, and she locked it. And my shit's still in there. I had a flight. I'm like, I got to go to work. Well, so I called, no answer.
Yep.
Well, fuck. I mean, it was hot, and I'm like, God damn it. She locked it at 10 to 10, I think, remotely.
Yeah.
Now, she did pick up, thank God.
Right.
But let's say my sister's in Spain. She doesn't speak anything but English.
Right.
What? And then if the code doesn't work, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and I just anticipate. But these things kept happening.
Right.
If you do it consistently, you'll see.
Yep.
Pull. Airbnb, one of the world's largest short-term rental companies, has seen this sort of scenario before. Typically, the company seeks to settle hidden camera cases quickly and confidentially. So they're paying people off.
Right.
Don't bring it up.
Yep.
Here's $500,000. Go away. But if it was $500,000, someone can absolutely film me without a bra. No problem.
Good to know.
No problem. I'll take $250. No, I'll take $100. Just give me $100,000. Now that means no, sure it ain't coming off, but no problem.
I'll have a bass.
But this one played out differently. An Airbnb representative testified at a court-ordered deposition early last year, offered a rare glimpse into the company's hidden camera problem. Airbnb has generated tens of thousands of customers support tickets related to surveillance devices in the last decade. The company may, however, reach out to its host companies as part of an internal inquiry, a move law enforcement experts say could hinder criminal investigation because it gives suspects time to destroy evidence. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If Airbnb gets the complaint, they call Bob and go, hey, man, you got cameras and shit. Just erase all that, all right? Because they're going to go to the cops.
Yeah.
It's two people committing the crime.
Wow.
And now the cops got to unravel that. They failed. CNN investigation found that Airbnb consistently fails to protect its guests despite knowing hidden cameras are a persistent concern within the industry. Airbnb's corporate strategies, moreover, have been aimed at preventing regulation. Right. They don't want any regulation on short-term rental market to allow the company to distance itself from responsibility for guest safety and privacy. It's also ruining vacation spots. The condo complex at the Lake of the Ozarks, where now my sister, that condo, the one that I used to own, that one is hers now. There's 1 million people at the pool. I don't know. We used to know most everybody in the thing. Now, no, I think there's people coming that aren't even staying there. And they're just coming to the pool. There's no one there to stop it.
Right.
Yeah. And then the Airbnb bullshit. There were girls from Omaha, and I did laugh, but I shouldn't have laughed. In the condo next to me, this was when my dad was real sick and all that. And so I did need a laugh. And she didn't get hurt, so that's the only reason I laughed. When it all happened, they were so drunk. And they're young, they're fun. And they're in the Lake of the Ozarks, and it's just, they can't believe that it's just fantastic. Well, the one girl fell with a solo cup all the way down the set of stairs. I know, but she's laughing and going, guys, the whole time she's falling. And she landed, and I went, oh my God, are you all right? I just happened to be loading shit in the car. She's like, all good. And so then I started laughing because in retrospect, watching it, but they were Airbnb kids.
Right.
So your house, your little vacation condo that's supposed to be the getaway is now party town.
Right.
And once again, I'm a drinker.
Yeah.
I'm a stayer-upper. I'm with you till about 1 a.m. Right. And then we got to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
No, it's not happening.
Jesus.
I know. The people, Amsterdam's really, it's a global problem. Wow. Amsterdam's mad about it. They're going to cap off shit. Everybody's just sick of it. But these people are running wild.
Right.
So victims say they live under the shadow of the fear these private moments will become internet fodder.
Yes.
Right. This is not my social security number or my email. This is my naked body. Airbnb, of course, declined a request for an interview. However, in a written statement, they said, hidden camera complaints are rare, but when they do, we take appropriate swift action, which can include removing hosts and listings that violate the policy. They don't check anything.
No.
How about the TV on the floor? The one person, and then I didn't want to say something because I was going to get blamed for breaking it. I rented the same one a lot because it was closer to my mom and dad's house and in the Ozarks, and the coffee maker didn't work. So trip one, I was like, it was supposed to be a Keurig deal.
Yep.
Didn't work at all. nothing happened when you hit it all. And I thought, God damn it. But I thought, I don't want to say it. They're going to think I did it.
Right.
So I didn't say nothing. And then I clearly was the next lady to re-rent it. No one else did. And I'm like, oh, shit.
It's just past the trash.
Yeah, and I'm flying in from all over the country. I can't bring my own tiny Keurig. I have a tiny Keurig, but I can't be packing that shit too.
Tiny Keurig. You're a fan, too.
Brian Chesky was unemployed when he and his roommate came up with the idea for Airbnb in 2007 while struggling to make rent in San Francisco. For $80 a night, they opened their home to 3 travelers, offering them air mattresses. But this is how it all started. I just do not like the lack of regulation. Still, violent crime and prostitution, as well as travelers' death, have repeatedly forced Airbnb and its competitors into the international spotlight. Despite all these concerns, the company for years allowed video surveillance by hosts in common areas if the cameras were disclosed. Oh, that's the other thing. I was looking for coffee filters, and I opened the top cabinet, and there's a camera.
What?
Now, it was closed,
Yep.
so it wasn't filming, but why is it there?
Right.
Right.
Come on.
Weird. I'm sure many people have left these rooms not even know they were ever recorded. You can have all these great rules, but if no one's checking that the rules are followed, it's still kind of the Wild West. CNN interviewed more than a dozen police investigations and lawsuits across the book. I don't know. I'm sure there's good stories. I did not experience any. Not in the Ozarks. It's a shit show.
Yep.
I will report back from my sister and their European vacation.
God.
Yeah, aren't they lucky kids?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Wow. We went to either Florida, which only happened about once every 3 years. We had to save up. But mainly we just went to Lake of the Ozarks. But I was totally happy with that. But I mean, like, Europe? Spain. Portugal. Jesus Christ. I didn't get to go to Rome till I was 40. I don't even know. When I took my mom. Story I tell on Comedy Central if you're bored on YouTube. First we went to Paris.
Put it in the notes.
Yeah, and we're almost arrested. Well, we were kind of arrested, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't stop laughing. All I did was laugh for 6 hours straight at the fucking stupidity of my sister and then my mom and the neighbor Rose, who my mom decided to bring along because my sister-in-law Amy dropped out. She's like, oh, so I just asked Rose, who's never left Missouri.
Right.
She's also 80.
Right.
You got a bad knee, Mom. Your front tooth's falling out, so you won't smile in pictures. This whole trip doesn't sound good.
Wow.
I thought it was fine if it was me, Amy, and Kate. We'll take my mom.
Right.
But then I go, Mom, could you have maybe run that by us?
Right.
Rose is a nice lady. You'll do it. You just don't say a word about it. Okay.
She's lovely.
She is a nice lady. She was a nice lady. She's passed away. I did not use her real name in the story because she was still alive at the time. All right. This is very strange. So, King Arthur's magical sword in the stone.
Yes.
Okay. Well, France has its own version of that.
What?
Yep, had. Someone has stolen it. The Excalibur sword suddenly vanishes after 1,300 years wedged in stone. I'm shocked this hasn't happened before now. On June 22nd, it's called the Durandal sword has earned its own mythological credentials by having embedded high up on a rock in the south-central village of Rocamadour for some 1,300 years. On Saturday, the sword suddenly vanished from its rocky bed, and no one can work out how the thief took it.
Oh my God.
It was a legendary sword of Roland, a renowned warrior, and the protagonist of the 11th century epic poem Les Chansons de Roland. According to the story, which is the oldest surviving major work of French literature, it was the sharpest sword of all time, capable of slicing through boulders in a single strike. And there's a picture of it. The myth also states that within its golden hilt was embedded a tooth of St. Peter, the blood of St. Basil the Great, the hair of St. Denis, and a piece of the Virgin Mary's clothes. That's a lot of shit to have in your sword.
Yeah.
The indestructible
And how do you
weapon.
prove all that?
It was said to have been brought by an angel to the then king of the Franks, Charlemagne, who subsequently bequeathed it to Roland. Then, before his death, Roland allegedly tried to destroy the sword on rocks to prevent his enemies from taking it, but his efforts were in vain. Eventually, he hurled it into the air in a last ditch attempt to save it from their clutches. Miraculously, it traveled hundreds of miles before embedding itself in the cliff face of
Hundreds of
miles. Wow, a flying sword. Wow.
Flying sword, I like
Who
it.
took it? Police are just desperately trying to figure out how someone could have stolen it. It was, after all, wedged some 33 feet up, attached by a chain with no means of access. I mean, you'd have to bring in like what they use for the telephone poles.
I like it. It's magical.
All we can say is whoever took it might become the stuff of legend one day themselves.
Wow. That's bad juju.
I wouldn't take it. Are you kidding? No, it's horrible luck.
We go back to it flew hundreds of miles.
Well, of course, it's a magical sword.
It's wonderful.
It's a magical sword.
I love a magical sword. Isn't it weird that they were both embedded in stone? What's going on over
Yeah, I don't know.
there? Yeah, they stole it.
That was the
Somebody
thing of the
stole
time.
idea.
All right, I've got a couple more. I'm gonna save these for next week because they're pretty intense. Here's some holiday good news. Hallmark people, the Chiefs plan to partner with Hallmark for the production of a holiday movie. It's gonna be called Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story. Oh, how adorable. Oh my God. They will. Here's what I don't think the Hallmark Channel's good at: sports filming. This is going to be a disaster when they try to do the clips of the. I love you, Kansas City. I love Hallmark. That's its corporate headquarters. Although I'm still mad they didn't give me a job after college, but whatever. I'll let that go.
You're doing just fine.
I'm doing fine. Yeah, but they didn't know that was going to happen.
True that.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they could have had me writing their cards. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to write cards that weren't so nice.
Oh, like what?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Like funny nice. Like my mom, because my mom drank a lot in her 40s. On my 40th birthday, she sent me a card. Enjoy your 40s. I don't remember mine, but your father said I was a terror. Because she stopped drinking after a while. Just, I don't know, funny shit like that. Like not so sweet. And every Hallmark card I've ever bought, our whole family crosses out the words that are intended and write in our own, like sarcastic, funny things. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The filming location is at the same venue where Travis Kelce originally attempted to connect with Swift via a friendship bracelet. It's Arrowhead Stadium. It's just going to be so epic for Missouri. And we have a feel-good story, and then a few thank yous, and my quotes. My quote books are gone.
That was a feel-good story.
I had to move all this.
Here, hang on.
And then, it's okay. I can make up some sort of.
You ready?
I have to catch them. Oh, case battles. I want to be on camera. One,
Ready?
yeah, two.
There you go. Boom.
This is a great story, tiny story, about the post office and a postal carrier, because I love the post office.
Yep.
I support the post office. And this guy's so cute. He's a rural carrier from Morganfield, Kentucky. His name's Matt Tripp. He's absolutely adorable. He was delivering mail in Morganfield when he came upon a cat with her head stuck in a tin can. Tripp was unable to safely remove the can, so he called animal control and stayed with the cat until the officers arrived.
Cool.
She was taken to a shelter where the can was safely removed. Shelter employees determined that her head had been stuck for almost 24 hours. She was treated for dehydration. The cat, whose name is Jasper, was reunited with her owners. I suspect the cat would not have lived had Matt not called for help. See? And he stayed with the cat.
Great. Did
Yep.
termites send you that?
That was from Termite Clara. That came to the box. Yeah, so thank you for that. I love it's the most efficient thing the United States government does. Somebody tell me it works something better than the post office.
Nothing.
Now, my friend Jeff, he will argue it's not profitable enough, which is probably true.
Yeah.
But not everything was meant for massive amounts of profit.
Nope.
Some of it's just meant so that everybody can do the same thing for a very low price.
Right.
Yeah. All right, I gotta say thank you. A couple termites. Christy, Kansas City, sent me some Lake Ozark sticker. Very cool for my notebook. Jaws theme mints right here. The things I talked about, those are from Dan. He's from Boston. He's from Boston. My Jackalope cycling T-shirt for honor of my dad. Here it is. Love it. Reminds me of my dad. Big old Jackalope. Little big. It's a sleep shirt.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Very cute. That's from Termite KK. Shark Week swag, and then we talked about that. So Okay, thank you, termites, for all that stuff. I will see you back out on the road starting next week. Going hard at it. Going hard at
Where
it.
are you going?
I already said everywhere I'm going.
Next week.
Oh, next week's Atlantic City.
Fun.
Yes.
The Tyson fight got canceled.
I know the Tyson fight. He got knocked down by some guy who was sparring with. That's not a good. I may have to rethink my betting. This is from Dolly. This is on tabloid rumors about her in an interview with The Guardian. I'm not admitting nothing. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. And it's none of your damn business. Wow. Love it. Tay-Tay. Welcome. Stevie needs one of these. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Some of her things, I'm like, I don't know what the hell. Let me find some better one.
Our Travis candle broke.
The Travis candle, I used it too much. It went out.
We gotta get
By the way, the Cardinals are in second place, so I'm moving. Fred Bird.
Oh.
Yeah.
We put Stevie by.
I kind of agree with this. New York Times Magazine. She said, Tay said, some days I totally appreciate everything that's happening to me. And some days I feel like everyone's waiting for me to mess up. I think she's getting so big and so global that the backlash could come, but I do believe the Army of the Children will stop that. And I would like to just say, and I'm going to read the whole story next week to embarrass Lewis Black, who went to UNC, his beloved UNC. They attacked Dolly Parton.
What?
I'm going to tell you about it next week. And I said to Lewis, don't ever, and he thinks it's worse that they let all these sporting people not really attend classes, and then they still didn't win. I go, you cheated, and you sucked at cheating, and you still lost. That is totally offensive, but that is not.
Wow, they went after Dolly.
All kinds of schools are cheating and letting kids go through. We know that. Vic Henley would have told you that. Everybody, he would be like, people in Alabama football team can't even read. Nobody cares. It's just me. You big. You run ball. Thank you.
Roll Tide.
He goes, education is not our focus here. Our focus is fucking winning football. We don't even care about other sports. Not even sure if we have them. Yes, so Lewis is in my hot box for that, for sure. And that's the end, termites. It wasn't a super news week because it's holiday.
I know.
Everybody's having fun.
You're great.
All right, I'll see you in Atlantic City
What else are you doing this week?
next
You're
week.
off. It's great.
Oh, I am off. There's a lot of things that have to be done. I am going to go golf with my friend Mark, my little friend Dorf. Mark's wife, Nicole, is starting to learn how, and she's very good out of the gate, which is super hopeful. But she's athletic anyway. I'm going to go learn pickleball. I'm going to do it.
Oh, you're playing pickleball?
Can't be stopped.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I don't know anything about pickleball.
I don't either, but I watched a YouTube video, and then it got too hard. I'm like, oh, come on. This is supposed to be a beginner thing. Yeah. And he's like, here's the kitchen, and that's the area where you can't hit the ball. I don't know. I got to watch it again. I lost focus. I mean, this is a story of my goddamn life. It was a 6-minute video, and for me, way too long. I'm like, oh, come on, dude.
Squirrel.
Yeah, what? And then I'm like, oh, look at this one over here about the Euro Cup and who they think will be in the finals. Yeah, I don't know. I'm better one-on-one. I'll get my brother. Patrick plays it a lot. But now he's mad. I did find this very funny, and then I will shut up, termites. So he goes, yeah, I'm in that Monday night deal, and it was just supposed to be fun. And it was supposed to be casual, a little something silly to do that, it's not as rigorous and hard as tennis. He goes, but then like everything else, he got really mad all of a sudden. He goes, like everyone else, people took it too goddamn seriously. And now I go up there and I got 60-year-old women just wiping my ass clean, just waxing me. It's not even fun. They're hitting the ball so hard. And I'm like, God damn it. And they're really, really good. It's just too intense. So now he doesn't want to go with his dumb guy friends because they're like drinking beers and playing, casual. Yeah. But the older crowd, and I'm going to be the older crowd. We got time. If you're retired, you got time. I'll get good at it.
You got a racket and stuff?
I have a racket and I have the balls, the pickleball balls.
That's a start.
Yeah, and I have a little carrying case for the racket. I'm all set. I just
got an
need,
outfit.
I need, yeah, I don't know what you wear. I guess, I don't know, shorts. I don't know. I got to find I need a human. I'm better at learning from like that, like tell me while we're here. Nicole does know. She'll show me. I can't watch these YouTube videos. I need a certain kind of person to talk to me in a way that I can understand it, or I just drift out. And I watched a few, and they were just too hard, or it's too specific for the beginning.
I get it.
Yeah. Just, it's like if you want to teach somebody golf or tennis, I don't go through, here's your set of clubs.
Right.
Here's 3 woods. These are your irons are going to go. These are wedges. 56. No, you just go, just hit this one for a while. Yeah, there you go. It doesn't have to be that intense. Or I should find a different YouTube video. But and then I got to do a bunch of stuff. I'm very excited because the Hunting Bigfoot audio is going to come out
This week.
So if you didn't get to see Hunting Bigfoot on Amazon, or you don't have Amazon or whatever, the audio, it's going to be out on everything.
Stream everywhere.
So I have to get with the children on that because they tell me everything I need to know, and then I make little videos and say all that. So there's a little bit of work involved. I'm going to actively get some clips up on TikTok.
Nice.
Yeah, because I've never done that.
Yep.
And I don't know.
Let's start with the old stuff.
Yeah, I'll start with the super old stuff. There's an old tape of me live in Denver that I made myself.
Cool.
It's pretty good.
How old are you?
I don't know, 27,
Oh, wow.
something like that.
Cool.
Yeah. It's good enough. The jokes hold up. Yep. And there's one about Mike Tyson, and he's still got a match coming up. He's still got a boxing match coming up. So that joke didn't even go out of date. Anyway, stupid work stuff that I say I'll do all year, and then I couldn't do it all last year, and then so I'm going to do it now.
She back.
I'm back working, and go see my mom.
Nice.
Yeah, she's fine. If people ask, thank you for asking.
Yep.
She's doing very good. She's back in her little golf league. Yep.
Cool.
And then my oldest nephew, the autistic one, he'll go down there for a couple days, and basically him and my mom are kind of the same. I remember one time I was golfing. My mom goes, "Do you think I'm autistic?" I go, "Well, if you have to ask that in a serious manner, I think maybe you got a few of the traits."
How did she just offended someone?
But they get along great. They play on their iPads, and she said he's been extremely friendly, so that's all good. Good for Pat and little Pat. And that's it. Then I'm back on the road. And I'm excited.
Chiefs games.
Yep, I'm going to try to hit some Chief games, all Titans games, because they're cheap, because the Titans are terrible. There are usually more fans from visiting cities.
Are you gonna
And when the Chiefs game, I did wear red. I have a Titans jersey to try to be supportive when I can, but not if Missouri's in the house. Watch out, bitches, because we'll never beat you in college football. Well, we will beat you this way. We will beat you this way. Yeah, that's it. So I hope you termites are enjoying the tennis, like my friend Lorene, Wimbledon. Oh, and on the U.S. Open, or the British Open isn't too far away for golf. Yeah.
So many things.
I'm sorry, it's called the Open. I'm not allowed to say the British Open, but in fact, it is the British Open. They just don't want that to be in there because then it gets compared to the U.S. Open.
Right.
Yeah, there you have it. All right.